Alright, Shalom. Call all y'all about Shalom to the left. This video right here, as soon as I seen it, I got a little notification on my phone and it made me think about certain precepts. So I'm gonna let this play and I'll get the precepts. This edifying.
Now, after months of speculation, it's finally happening. Russian President Vladimir Putin is due in North Korea on Tuesday for a two-day visit. It will be his first trip to the country in nearly 25 years. It's the latest demonstration of deepening ties between Putin and North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un. But why now? Our East Asia correspondent James Chater looks at what's behind this partnership.
North Korean leader...
And hey, Korea, some of those areas over there, mainly, most of them I should say, were known for agriculture stuff like rice and grains and farming and shit like that. Now, hey man, what does scripture say, man? I'm reading through the book of Joel. Joel got a lot of stuff on here. Nah, it's the book of Joel chapter 3. I'm sorry, verse 9. It says, proclaim you this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is what you see going on around the world right now. Meanwhile, Esau's stirring up shit in these other nations, putting their nose in other people's business. These other nations are actually making alliances and linking up. And they're actually trading arms and giving each other leverage. So Esau can't just come in there and push that bullshit like they be trying to do. That's why you think Esau and Amalek ain't been over there fucking with Moab like that. Verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. And what this guy been doing? Flexing his muscle, man.
Kim Jong-un in Russia last year shaking hands with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, the man he now calls an invincible comrade in arms. Putin's trip to North Korea and his third meeting with Kim, the latest demonstration last year shaking hands with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, the man he now calls an invincible comrade in arms. Putin's trip to North Korea.
An invincible comrade in arms, man. Like, hey, these scriptures line up perfect, man. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, the cause our mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And see, the main battle gonna take place in a certain region over there. They're gonna have their little skirmishes against each other on their borders and in their regions and all that. But the main shit is gonna go down over here in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Now in verse 12 it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. When you read back up, because I see videos and stuff online, people be like, we want reparations and why Esau ain't paid for the shit that they did in the past, our ancestors and all that. The Most High gonna make them pay. Why do you think they want to escape so bad? They want to escape this earth and go to Mars and Neptune and all this other shit because they want to escape that payment. It's like sometimes, you know, some people as kids and you go to a restaurant, you skip school and shit. I'm sure a lot of people did this shit. I've seen people do it. Everybody order a bunch of food and eat and bounce out on the bill. That's what Esau trying to do. They trying to bounce out on the bill, but they not going to be able to bounce out there. Up in verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. Now, let me see. There's another precept I want to go into that. I was just speaking to somebody about this. Now, give me 1 minute. Let me go back to the right one. Lock it. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Now, let me read this one more time. I'm going to go back to that. Now it says, in verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage is Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, a part of my land. When you read on some more, it says, and they have cast lots for my people. Who that happened to? That happened to our people. It says they have given a boy for a harlot. That happened to our people, and it still goes on to this day. And sold girl for wine that they might drink. So what's going to happen? The Most High going to line it up, orchestrated from the heavens. And the scriptures say, like, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And everything will be done in order. On the behalf of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for his name's sake and for his heritage, for his people. In 2nd Ezra chapter 13, these are the books they tried to hide, so we won't be able to line history up and the mystery up. It says, in verse, let me see where I want to start at. Okay, verse 3, it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen under him. And why is that? Because, well, everybody in the valley of Jehoshaphat fighting and doing all this shit they doing, and the nukes getting ready to go off, or they're going off, they're going to look, and all this going to take place. See, the Most High is not the author of confusion. It's plain as day, and it's clear how stuff going to play out. Because people talk about situations happening where the only way a person made it out was divine intervention. The Most High is going to do some divine intervention when this takes place. Now, in verse 4 it says, and whatsoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt. And I heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Why is that? Because all these different nations, they already going to be over there fighting. So as they see Yahweh shine the angels, they gonna stop doing what? Let's see. Read on down some more. Verse 6 says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, which is talking about a ship, a chariot. And that's how big it's going to look, like a huge mountain. It says, but I will have seen the region of the place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him was so afraid, and yet there's fight, because they're gonna be bugging out. They're gonna look up, they're gonna see dark-skinned angelic beings, which Esau don't like to publicize, but they know, they got the documents, they got the photos. They take pictures way out in Pluto. You think they ain't seen them angels? Now, in verse 8 it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him was so afraid, and yet there's fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Only I saw he sent out of his mouth as if it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to